A few years ago, a very close friend of mine lost almost everything to these online gaming apps, and it was really heartbreaking. But what if I tell you this exact same sector could create life-changing wealth for you? Today in this video, I want to share his entire story, the truth about this booming sector, and how you can turn this painful experience into life-changing wealth. So let's begin. Let me start with a personal story. So this friend of mine was actually a cricket expert, and since he was an expert, he thought he would make a lot of money if he plays fantasy cricket. In fact, the first few games he played, close to the first, I think 10 games he played, he won close to 30,000 rupees, which is a good number. But I think that is the riskiest part. If you lose in the beginning, you completely leave that and you move on with your work. But if you win in the beginning, that is when you become overconfident. And that is exactly what happened with my friend. He became so overconfident that he started playing with a bigger amount, and he lost a lot of money, literally a lot of money. I even saw him selling his mutual funds and use that money on these apps to just earn even more. But he lost it all. Completely, everything he lost. And I swore I would never ever support this industry. But as I learned more about this industry, I realized it is not black and white. While the risks are real, the business model is solid and the growth potential is massive. Today in this video, I want to show you both the aspects of this coin. The personal impact these apps have, but at the same time, the investment strategy that you can always have to earn a lot of money from these apps and from this industry. So let's begin. Now let's talk about the emotional pull of online gaming. So if you have played any online game, you must be knowing these apps are designed to be addictive. And they also use the psychological triggers if you don't know. They use near wins, which is just play one more game and you'll win. They also use instant rewards. They give us some reward so that you keep playing. And at the same time, at times they use gamification. They treat it as if it's a game, but it is not a game. You're using your real money. So it is not actually a game. And I won't name the apps, but you must be knowing. All the apps where you use your real money to play games, it's not actually a game. You're using your real money. And I've seen it firsthand with my friend. The rush of excitement and the idea of making quick money, it is so damn powerful. While he was getting drowned in this, I began to see another side of the story, which is the exponential growth of this industry. And I'm not just making this up. Look at this article. If you look at this, India's gaming market grew 23% year on year by revenue to $3.8 billion in 2024. And this is when we imposed 28% GST on this, which would have completely killed the industry. But even then, the industry grew by 23%, which is huge. And now, let me tell you one more interesting thing. Now, this gaming market is expected to cross $9.2 billion by financial year 2029, which is a CAGR of 20%. Imagine, if the industry grows by 20%, how much can you make if you start investing in the leading players that are leading this charge of this industry? You can make huge, and that is the next point. So let's talk about all the companies that are leading the charge in India as well as globally. So let's talk about India first. The first company that we have here is Dream 11. You must have heard the name. This company is dominating fantasy cricket in India like anything. Do you know how many users actually play on Dream 11? Guess a number? 140 million users. Yes, 140 million users play on Dream 11. Imagine the amount of money this company is creating. It's a private company right now, so you won't be able to invest. But you know what to do when the company IPOs. Then the second company we have here is Nazara Technologies. It's again a very huge company in this gaming industry. It has 100 million monthly active users, which is again huge. And this company uses AI to make that immersive experience, at the same time exploring blockchain to make financial transactions more secure. By the way, Nazara is public. You can actually invest there. I'll talk in detail in this video about it. Then we have MPL. MPL is Mobile Premier League, again a huge company in India, again on fantasy cricket, and this company has 90 million active users, again huge. And finally we have Delta Corp. If you have been to Goa and you have been to those casinos in Panjim, you must have seen Deltin. That casino, in fact there are 3 Deltin in Panjim, all of them are owned by Delta Corp. And this is the only company in India which has this presence of casinos. At the same time, is also available online. It also has this online gaming app. So Delta Corp again is a huge company in this gaming segment, In fact, last year this company was bashed a bit because a lot of taxation issue was happened in this company. At the same time, GST issue happened, so this company kind of struggled. But with this growing prospect, this company might be a great one to invest in for the next 5-10 years. Not a recommendation from my side. Do your research before you invest in any of these companies. Now, if I talk about the global companies, the first company that we have here is Flutter Entertainment. Now, if you have heard the name of Betfair and PokerStars, this actually is the parent company, and this uses AI extensively to create that personalized gaming experience. At the same time, extensively uses blockchain to secure the financial transactions. A huge company, also a public company, so you can invest if you like, but do your research before doing that. Then the second company that we have here is MGM Resorts International. It has its own online betting platform called as BetMGM. Again, a very popular betting platform, and you can look at it. It's a huge company again to invest in. Third company that we have here is Polymarket, a very interesting cryptocurrency based betting platform that even bets on political outcomes. If you don't know, this platform actually predicted that Donald Trump will win the elections. This company works on this principle that the free market can create accurate predictions, and I think that's what it did. It did predict that Donald Trump will win, and he actually won. So if I'm saying that the sector has been growing very rapidly and will continue to grow for the next 5 years, what exactly is happening with the companies that are working in this sector? And for the same exact reason, I want to show you the case study of Nazara Technologies. See, it is not a recommendation from my side. I am not telling you to buy this stock. I am just showing you the fundamentals. If you like it and if you want to invest, you can do it. If you don't want to invest, feel free to ignore it. It is not a recommendation from my side. So let's talk about Nazara Technologies. Look at Screener. This is my favorite platform where I check all the, check the fundamentals of the companies. This is Nazara Technologies. If you scroll down, look at 1 year return. So this company was at like June 2024 was trading at like 615 rupees, but now it has come to almost 1000 rupees. But now you must be feeling it has given great run up, almost like 70-80%. But see what has happened in the last 5 years. In the last 5 years, not much has happened. If you see the peak was in the month of October 2021. It was at 1561. In fact, it IPO'd in this April 2021. It was the price set by the IPO was 1000 or 1100, but the company opened at 835, creating a loss. But then since then, this company has been in downward trend, and now finally this company has reached almost 1000 rupees. So from 2021 to 2024, there is absolutely no return. In fact, negative returns. But what exactly has been happening with the fundamentals of the company? Let me show you that. If you scroll down and look at the profit and loss statement, you would see sales. In March 2020, it was at 248 crores. In March 2021, this jumped up to 454 crores. In March 2022, this jumped up to 622 crores. In 2023, it has gone up to 1091 crores. In 2024, this has come to 1138 crores, and already it is at 1156. 1 quarter report is pending. So it must be at like 1300-1400 crores. So we see a huge growth in revenue. If you look at 2020, 248 crores to 1156, it is almost 5x. The stock price has not moved at all, but the revenue has literally rose by 5 times. But not just the revenue, look at the profitability as well. If you look at the net profit, in March 2020, it was actually at a loss of 27 crores. In 2021, it made it profit of 14 crores. In 2022, the profit rose to 51 crores. Then 2023 was 61 crores, 2024 was 75 crores. And now we are already at 70 crores. With this last quarter, it might reach like 80 crores. So if you look at 2020, where it was creating a loss of 27 crores to a profit of 80 crores, while the stock price has not moved. So it might be a great company to invest in, because now it is almost at the IPO price, while the profit of the company has almost rose by 5 times. If you find this useful, if you think this company is great, do more research. If you like it, you can invest in it. Now, before you plan to invest, here are 3 things that you must know. The first thing is gambling is illegal in India, but all of these companies that we have just talked about, they are a game of skill, which is kind of gray area and is legal in India right now. But there still is a regulatory risk. If a new regulation comes that kills this segment or this industry, these companies might suffer a lot. But if it does not happen, these companies might 2x or 3x from this point. The second thing here is you should bet on the companies that are leveraging the newest tech. 2024 was completely dedicated to newer tech. We saw AI revolution, we saw this Bitcoin surge, and this will happen for the next couple of years. In fact, in a lot of my videos I've talked about tech, and especially US tech. In the next 5 years, it is definitely going to grow almost double in the next 5 years. Now, you should bet on the companies that are leveraging the newest tech, that are leveraging AI and blockchain to make that immersive experience, plus which are making the financial transactions secure. Those platforms will create you a lot of wealth in a longer term horizon. And the third point here is, if you plan to invest, please do not invest in just one region. Do not invest just in India. Do international diversification. If you plan to buy Indian companies like Delta Corp or Nazara Technologies, which is based out of India, definitely do international diversification. Because if there's a regulatory risk in India, it might be managed by international diversification. You might save your portfolio by doing that diversification. But before doing that, watch this video to understand how to make a great portfolio. Do not over allocate in this sector if you think it is a great sector. You must know the portfolio building principles before you start buying these companies in this sector. So, what is the conclusion? The conclusion is that this gaming industry is a double-edged sword. While it can destroy lives, it has also created a great opportunity for people who approach it wisely. See, if you become a customer or become a player of these apps, there's a 99% probability you'll lose. But if you become an investor, there's a really high chance you will make your first crore or you make a lot of crores in the next 5 years. So approach it wisely. Do not become a player, instead become an investor. Now the bigger question I want to ask you is that, are you ready to approach this sector with the right mindset? If yes or no, tell me in the comment section. This sector is kind of controversial. I really want to get your opinion and your thoughts. What do you think about this sector? Do you plan to invest? Do you plan to skip this sector? Do tell me in the comment section. But before you start investing, do watch out this video before you actually make your first move. Thank you. Bye-bye.